my daughter, like, yes, baby, you can date a bus driver. Of course you're gonna have to date a bus driver. Ain't nobody checking for you. Ain't nobody trying to hunch on Iyanla Vanzant. Let's be for real. Because at the end of the day, she has all this smoke for black women, but then she will sit around and coddle a black man. She never holds black men to the same level of accountability that she does black women. Hello, my beautiful stones and gems. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am your host, Miss Mama Medusa, and this is the Medusa Show. Thank you for clicking on this video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up, y'all. I need them likes. I need my likes. Listen, we gotta talk about Miss Iyanla Vanzant. Recently, Iyanla did an interview with Ebony K. Williams, and they were talking about dating and black women in dating, modern women, and whoop-de-whoop-whoop. And basically, it's a viral clip. The clip then went viral of Iyanla asking Ebony Williams if she would date a bus driver. Now, it sparked a whole bunch of different conversations, so I wanted to just weigh in and give my opinion. And here it is. Iyanla Vanzant is a pick-me, okay? And that's exactly why I don't take marital advice from women like her and women that come from that generation. Now, I did my research and Googled her age. I thought that Iyanla was like in her late 50s, early 60s. Mama is 69 years old. Now, shout outs to her, because, you know, that black don't crack. I didn't know she was that damn old, but it makes sense because her way of thinking is old and outdated. Iyanla is a pick-me. Most women that come from her generation are pick-me's. So a lot of our mothers, our aunts, our memas and aunties, and our aunts and things of this nature, a lot of them are pick-me's, especially black women. I can't speak for non-black women. I can only speak for the community that I'm a part of. But I find that a lot of older women within our community, within the black community, are pick-me's. They will do anything for a man. They will fight, grovel, and plead for a man. And so then when they come across a modern woman like myself, who's not doing any of that, it creates this conundrum within their mind, because they just don't understand, well, how are you able to get a man and a husband and a provider and all these things, and you're not groveling and making a fool out of yourself, and you're not dumbing your light down and diminishing yourself like I had to for this piece of shit, for this ain't okay that I got. And you know, I'm all over the place, but I find that a lot of older black women, they tend to project onto young, beautiful black women like Ebony K. Williams. Miss Iyanla Vanzant is a life coach, and I believe she's pretty educated herself. And so she's having this conversation with Ebony Williams, who is an attorney at law. She's also a television personality. Okay, so in other words, she's paid. She has money. She's a freaking, okay, like, she's an award-winning author. All these accolades, and has the audacity and the nerve to ask this woman, would she date a goddamn bus driver? Girl, what? Then so Ebony was like, no, I would not, unless he owned the bus. Hello? Sprinkle, shout out to Share 7. Yeah, no, I'm not dating. She said without hesitation, no, I'm not dating no damn bus driver. What do I look like? And then Iyanla proceeds to say, and see, that's the problem. No, you're the problem. The problem is women like you. So you mean to tell me, okay, so clearly there is a lack of viable black men within this dating pool. And so you're going to tell a attorney at law, with all her education, with all her accomplishments, you're going to tell her that the reason why she's single is not because these black men lack masculinity. It's not because they lack authority, they lack leadership qualities and all these other things. No, it's because she won't date a bus driver. She can't do no damn better than a goddamn bus driver. Then Iyanla goes on to say, well, I would date a bus driver. Of course you would. You can't look, first of all, look at you in comparison to Ebony K. Ebony K. Williams. You're really going to compare your stature, your physical appearance, everything that you bring physically to the table, as you would like to say. You're really going to compare yourself to Ebony. Ebony blows you out the water. So yeah, of course you see what I'm saying? Like, of course you're going to have to date a bus driver. Ain't nobody checking for you. Ain't nobody trying to hunch on Iyanla Vanzant. Let's be for real. And it's not even just because you're older. Well, maybe it is. So that has something to do with it. It's just because people don't describe women no, ain't nobody describing Iyanla as like a conventionally attractive woman. She's old. Not to say that old women ain't attractive, but not the ones that look like her. So of course, so I just thought it was kind of egregious that she would even compare her dating pool to Ebony's. I'm sure, like, you see what I'm saying? Like, her and Ebony are on the same level. They're not. Ebony is young, fun, and beautiful. And highly accomplished and educated and all these other things that she has going for herself. So I thought that I would have been offended if I was Ebony if she even asked me that. So then she goes on to say, you know, I would date a bus driver. Face ass. Like, girl, she said that with such pride. And I'm just like, of course, yeah, because you come from that generation that having a piece of a man is better than having no man at all, face ass. That Betty Wright generation that as long as a black man has a job and is willing to come home, it don't matter if he done created a whole family across town. As long as you got the ring. And some of y'all be getting with these broke ass men that can't even get you a freaking ring. You went to Walmart and got you some freaking $100 cubic zirconium, if that. But you know, he's still my man. He know what home is, face ass girl. These are the women that we're looking up to, so it's so sad because when you see my generation of women like this, it's like the Summer Walkers, this baby mama culture, and I'm gonna get to Summer Walker in a minute. But when you see, you know, this baby mama culture that we are currently living in, where women are no longer valuing marriage and they're just settling to be somebody's baby mama and one of many baby mamas at that, it's because I don't want to blame it just on the women because it's also the men as well, but they are following in the footsteps of the Iyanla Vanzants and the aunties of the generations that came before us, who gave piss poor dating advice, like, oh yeah, you should be open to dating a bus driver as long as he's hardworking. Girl, I cannot believe she told an attorney at law that she should be open to date. Like, she can't do no better than that. But the reality is, and then for her to project her insecurities and her dating agenda onto Ebony, because the reality is Iyanla can't do no better than that. That's the best Iyanla can do is a damn bus driver. At least that's probably what, and that speaks volumes to how she values herself. Girl, think higher, do better, want more. Like, I wish I would tell my daughter, like, yes, baby, you can date a bus driver. Girl, and it's like, it's so funny. You don't tell children, like, you can be whatever you want. You can grow up and be a bus driver if you want. You never encourage them to do that. You encourage children, for the most part, to be doctors, lawyers, presidents of the United States, high-paying, high-value jobs. But then you turn around and tell black women, oh, well, you should date a bus driver. What? I just think that's crazy. Let me take a sip. I just think that's crazy to me. Ooh, this thing is strong. Ugh, it tastes like shit. Ugh, tastes like cough syrup. But yes, I just think that's crazy to me. So yeah, F Iyanla Vanzant. And this is a message to all my modern day women, all my women that are around my age and younger. Do not take marital advice from, I'm telling you, me personally, it's a cap. I don't take marital advice from women over the age of 55. I swear I don't. Because a lot of y'all come from that, you was raised by a generation of women that, you know, were conditioned to take anything, and so then you want to project that outdated way of thinking onto me, and I just refuse to adhere to that. I rebuke it in the name of Jesus. I'm not doing it. Okay. So yeah, that's my message to y'all. Iyanla Vanzant is a pick me. She's also anti-black she's an anti-black woman. For her to be so in tune with her spirituality and Yemaya and Oshun and all these Orishas and all these other things of this nature, child, it's all performative, because at the end of the day, she has all this smoke for black women, but then she will sit around and coddle a black man. She never holds black men to the same level of accountability that she does black women. I will never forgive her for the way she disrespected and dehumanized Nefertiti, Keisha Cole's sister. I will never forgive her for that, and called her out of her name, called her a gutter snipe and all this other stuff. It was, and instead of approaching it from a nurturing standpoint, instead of taking into account all that she's been through, all the things that how misguided she has, how many people have failed her, how her mother was on drugs. No, you treat her like that. It was so disgusting. I don't like when black women disrespect and demean other black women in public in a public state. when let me say it again. I don't like when black women publicly dehumanize and disrespect black women. I don't like that. It makes me sick. It makes me cringe. And so F Iyanla Vanzant. This is the second time that she done went viral for some stupid shit. Just recently she was telling black women that we're too masculine. So let me get this straight. Black women are too masculine. The whole point of being feminine and honing in on that feminine energy is to attract a certain level of masculinity. The whole purpose of you being masculine, me attracting masculinity, is to attract a provider and a protector. What man is going to be able to provide for me if he's a bus driver? Not to say that bus drivers are not able to provide, but I'm talking about if I was an attorney at law. And it's like, you know how educated the average black woman is in this country? You know the average black woman makes way more than a bus driver, right? I don't even know what the salary is for a bus driver, but come on. So I'm supposed to dumb my, so, and it's like, technically, if you want to look at it from a masculine and feminine perspective, if I'm honing in on my feminine nature, then I'm not supposed to work. If you want me to adhere to this patriarchal standpoint, the man is supposed to work and I'm supposed to stay home and be feminine and provide a home and make a house into a home and cook and clean and make myself pretty for my man. That is what feminine women are supposed to do. How the fuck am I supposed to do that with a bus driver? So I'm supposed to just it doesn't make any sense. Make it make sense. Iyanla Vanzant is a pick-me, just like most of the women within her generation. Next subject. Speaking of pick-me's, let's move on. So we then went from one pick-me of the 70s and 60s, a boomer pick-me, and now we're gonna move on to this Gen Z pick-me. I'm not sure if it is Summer Walker Gen Z or millennial. Either way, we're gonna move on to a modern pick-me, which is Summer Walker, child.